we just do a bit of a roll call. First of all, there must be a lot of tired minds and bodies, and that's just us, the ones of us that were privileged to have seen what's happened in the last few weeks and months. How are Louis Binks and Joel Aftabodier, because that you were forced to take them off in the second half the other night? How are those two, first of all, please?
I really have only just had a bit of information on that. There's not much change really, so they're still feeling their ailments. So I've got to get through training this morning and see where we're at, because there's other players that are in a similar boat now. So the amount of minutes they've played, the amount of game time they've had is quite remarkable, really. You know, and the fact that they've still got 3 games to play is, and they come thick and fast, and they're really, really good games, really difficult games, and there's something on every one of them. So, but look, we've got to recover, and it is what it is. So we've just got to go with the players that are there and most able to perform at the level that they can, the top level that they possibly can.
I'll just ask what the nature of Louis and Joel's injuries are, please.
They've got calf and Achilles issues respectively. So Joel's is the calf and Louis is the Achilles. So that's where we're at.
Okay, and obviously Callum O'Hare and Victor Torp weren't in the 20 the other night. How are they? Similar?
Yeah, very similar. Yeah, and again, I've got to have a look today and have conversations with a few and see where they're at. This stage of the season, and especially now, you know, is tough. But like I say, we've got jobs to do, so we'll get on with it. And whoever's available for the game, we will look at today, finalise all those plans before we set off Lancashire.
And just one more on individuals. Fabio Tavares, obviously you lost him at Wembley. What is there an update on him?
Yeah, he'll be out for a considerable amount of time. He hopefully will be back in training at some point during pre-season.
That's a huge body blow for him, bearing in mind, you know, what he went through previously with his ruptured Achilles, isn't it, Mark?
Yeah, it is.
Very sad.
It is, yeah. And there's nothing you can do about it. It's an impact, a really significant impact. So, nothing that could have been done. I think, really, really disappointing for him and for us too. And
how's he taken that news? How's he dealing with it?
I haven't spoken to him yet, but I think that the news that he had yesterday when he went for a surgical opinion yesterday, and there's good news around that because he doesn't need surgery. So that gives him probably a little bit more comfort, knowing that he hasn't got to go through that, and he'll be recovering over that period of time. So he'll be working through the summer and coming back as strong as possible. I mean, it could have been a lot worse. He was devastated to have to come off in the game, and he was causing them all sorts of problems. So, I think, like I say, it's part of the game, unfortunately, and hopefully he's had his share of them.
For you this season, how would you sum up what it's meant to you and your own contribution to it?
Yeah, great. I've enjoyed every part of this season. I think personally I'd probably like to have played a little bit more than I have, but that's just me on a personal note. But I've loved it every step of the way. It's been a great new challenge for me this season, and I just can't wait to just build in it.
And Blackburn looks like it's going to be the last away game of the season now because of the points situation. And the players have all spoken throughout the season about the support of the fans. We saw that again at Wembley and, all throughout the season, really. Be great for them and you as a group of players to go out on a high against Blackburn at Ewood Park, wouldn't it, Jay?
Yeah, definitely. Their last away game of the season. We know for sure the away support will be there with us, like they have been all the way throughout the season. Like you just said, it'd be great for us to give them something to cheer about on Saturday for the last away game.
Can I just ask you to sum up the mood at the moment? I mean, it's still, most of us, I think it's immense pride at what you've managed to achieve this season. Is that the feeling in the camp as well?
I think everybody's proud of parts of things, but obviously, ultimately, we will be disappointed. I think when we look back on things and we get time to reflect, I think it'll change from then on. But I think, when you've been high achievers, really, they've been high achievers for a long time, and when you get to a stage like that, it's going to be tough. It's a really tough ask, and the amount of games that we've had to play in such a short space of time is always difficult. It's always a big ask to play at the levels we're being asked to play, and we've still got 3 games. That is very, very difficult to do, but they've done it. I was really proud of them the other night in terms of the levels that they were able to reach. I was surprised that we could get to those levels, and they gave us everything. So if you give everything at any stage, it stands you in good stead. There's no doubt. They've been through a tough period, and obviously a mentally tough period. But that'll make us stronger as well. So I think really when we can reflect and we get time to reflect at the end of the season, which now appears to be only 10 days away, then we can look back and start to look at what we've actually done and what they've done and how they've improved, and individuals, and then look how we go again next season.
You've come back really strong as well, haven't you, in recent games as well, and really started to make a real impact again. Do you feel that there's still more to come from yourself?
Yeah, definitely. I think next season, just building on, for me personally, would just be being more consistent. I think throughout my career, I think I've prided myself on being a consistent player, to be honest. So yeah, I think next season, just that's what I'd like to show the fans, just my consistency throughout the season.
Well, Blackburn away last season was some occasion, Mark, wasn't it? With Ben Wilson scoring that goal right at the end.
It was, yeah, and obviously it was a really important point. Turned out that ended up getting us into the playoffs, and we were just right at the death, looking like we were facing a defeat, and Ben pops up and lets the ball hit him, and it goes into the net. It was surreal really, but it sort of gave everybody that belief, it's that it was our turn to get into the playoffs. This season's been a bit of a slow burner to start with, and then things have picked up, and they're playing some scintillating football. And going back to Blackburn, and I said before, the 3 teams that we play there's something on every game, so it's going to be a really interesting week, 10 days, see how many points we can pick up. We've got to get back to winning points and picking points up in difficult games, but like I say, we're in a really healthy sort of position in terms of where we are and what we want to do and what we can achieve. And there's still things that we can achieve this season in terms of trying to beat totals that we had from last season, although when you're running out of games and you're running out of players, that becomes a bit more difficult as well. But look, we'll look forward to it. We'll look forward to it as we always do. We'll go up there and give everything we possibly can against them, and see where that takes us.
I know he plays for the opposition now, but Carl McFadzean is in the Blackburn squad. Be nice to see Fads again, won't it?
Yeah, definitely. It would be great. Everyone would be buzzing to see him again. Obviously, a great servant for his club, and everyone misses him still. So yeah, it'd be great to see Fads.
You have to be professional and ruthless about it, and there's not much room for sentiment. But nevertheless, it'd be great for those travelling fans to give Carl a proper send off, Mark, won't it?
Well, look, that's down to them. I think his time here is it's well documented. He was absolutely brilliant for us. He's a top person. He went through a really difficult period this season when he lost his mum, and then obviously left in the last transfer window. And it was sad. It was sad to see him go. I think everybody felt the same way. When somebody's been I think stalwart is a word, but I think he was really highly regarded by everybody, by the support, by the staff here, by the rest of the players. So I've no doubt that the supporters will. He's got place in this club's history and the supporters' hearts, I think, for forevermore, and rightly so. I think, he's a top human being.